So, folks, if you did not see the Republican debate last night, the Tea Party CNN debate, you don't really have to watch it. Really, at the end of the day, this clip is the only clip that you need to see if you are interested in both knowing what the Republican debate was about last night and, in fact, what the Republican Party is about. This is the question that should be asked at every single debate, and it should be asked about 3 or 4 different ways. Wolf Blitzer, and he presented this question to Ron Paul because it's easy to dismiss Ron Paul. Because every single Republican candidate should answer this question, because this is the fundamental question about conservative governance. It is the question they cannot answer. It is the question they will not answer truthfully. And when they do, they will be fundamentally rejected by the American public. And when I say that Michelle Bachmann proved in her speech following President Obama's State of the Union, where she spoke into the camera of the Tea Party, but the rest of the country saw her looking off camera and talking. At that time, I said that is a perfect metaphor. You cannot address the Tea Party and make sense to them without seeming insane to the rest of the country. And here is the Tea Party. Here is Ron Paul being asked, and this is a question that should go to every Republican. They would not be able to answer this question. You have a 30-year-old man. He's made a decent living. He decides not to pay for health care, $200 or $300 a month, whatever it is. You should be lucky to get health care at that price, frankly. And he gets into an accident. He goes into a coma. He has no money to pay health insurance. What should be done? Listen to this. Listen to this.
Governor, before I get to Michelle Bachmann, I want to you're a physician, Ron Paul, so you're a doctor. You know something about this subject. Let me ask you this hypothetical question. A healthy 30-year-old young man has a good job, makes a good living, but decides, you know what? I'm not going to spend $200 or $300 a month for health insurance because I'm healthy. I don't need it. But, something terrible happens. All of a sudden, he needs it. Who's going to pay for if he goes into a coma, for example? Who pays for that?
In a society that you accept welfareism and socialism, he expects the government to take care of it.
What do you want?
But what he should do is whatever he wants to do and assume responsibility for himself. My advice to him would have a major medical policy, but not before.
But he doesn't have that. He doesn't have it, and he needs intensive care for 6 months. Who pays?
That's what freedom is all about, taking your own risks. This whole idea that you have to prepare and take care of everybody.
But, Congressman, are you saying the society should just let him die?
No. I practiced medicine before.
The answer is yes. They cheer yes. Let him die. That is the conservative movement now. And maybe it's always been that. That is a question that every single candidate should be asked. And then they should be asked, what if that person didn't have the money to pay for health insurance? What if the choice was between their rent or their food or their health insurance? What if they didn't have the ability to pay for it? Should society let him die? What if that man has children and he doesn't have money to insure those children? Should society let those children die? That is the question that should be asked. And you will either get a response that throws out their entire ideology out the window and shows how they pick and choose despite the fact that they live on these broad principles of freedom and choice and liberty, which is a bunch of sack of crap. Because it means nothing. Or that they really do believe that society should just let people die, even when society has the ability to save them.